how do you deal with skeptics as a psychic medium? I'm sure you get one or two skeptics who are unsure about what you're saying.
Absolutely. Throughout my field and my career, I have come across many people of that. And I always said, I'm not here to change your mind, no one's mind. I'm not here to make somebody to believe or not, because everyone is free to choose and whatever, but I'm here to be me. So I do what I do and you do what you do. So that's what my answer is.
When did you realize you were a psychic medium?
Very early in life. Not about the mediumship part, but about the psychic part. Very early in life. Perhaps I was 5 or 6. As I would talk, they say imaginary friend. I always say, when your children are talking to an imaginary friend, please don't stop them. Don't ask them to not to you because they don't exist. My mother said to me, well, talk to them, but not in front of others. And I didn't know what she means, because for me, they were present as other people. And my friend once said, oh, you're talking to the wall. And I was just like, no, I'm not talking to the wall. I'm talking to this person. And then I realized as I was growing that, okay, they don't see it. Or they would be information I would have about my friends. And I would say, okay, yesterday you did this and you ate that, for example. And they would ask me, who did tell you? Who told you that? It's like, you did. No, we didn't tell you. So I knew it by myself. And I realized later on that actually this was coming from a source unknown, unknown source, or call it the collective consciousness. Somehow I was tapping into it. And as I grew older, I didn't want it for so long. I totally wanted to block it. So many things I saw that it would happen and it would freak me out as a child, and I didn't want to. And well, obviously as I grew older, then I started to be more curious about it, because it was happening and I couldn't stop it from happening. I started to do research on it and do a study on it. And when I came to South Africa, I had the privilege to work with many masters and study further. And then I developed and controlled the way this energy worked with me. And I understood the meaning of the symbologies and what did they mean to me. And I worked on that, and I progressed through and became the psychic medium that I am today.
Now, you spoke about having those imaginary friends as a child, speaking to this energy that was around. Were you physically seeing people?
Yes, I was seeing them.
Do you still see people talking to you?
I still sometimes see, not all the time. Many times I connect with the energy and then I get visions. Just like your dreams. How do you see your dreams? How do you see your memory? If your eyes are open and there is a fragrance and it takes you back to your memory, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So suddenly you smell this beautiful rose and then it takes you to a wedding. That image comes right into your mind without closing your eyes, it's just present. That's the closest I can explain. It is.
Now, when you do readings for people, does it become almost a burden to you to have all this information?
I've learned to sometimes switch myself off. Before, yes. There was a time that I was thinking this is a curse. Many times, actually, I thought this is a curse. I don't want it. But once, through an accident, that I lost it for 2 weeks, I almost thought that I have lost the sense, like your eyesight or hearing. I was imbalanced. I was just thinking that this is awful. I need it back. I want it. And yeah.
And it did come back.
And it did come back, thank God.
So you can't imagine a life without it, hey?
No, I can't, no.
Yeah.
It's really, I feel like that is a strong tool that God has given me as a gift, and I'm really grateful for it now. The more I grow into my wisdom, the knowledge turns into wisdom as the age comes. I appreciate it more and more and more. And also when I see the comfort that it brings for people that have their loved one lost, or they brings closure for them through the loss of their loved one that it was tragic, and then they didn't know how it was, and when the information comes through and I see that closure, I see that peace of mind in there, and that to me is so rewarding that I would never change it again. I would love to have it, yes.
Aida, if anyone watching would like to get a reading from you, how can they do that?
Well, they can contact me on a cell phone number or email address. I have an email. It's Aida, it's AIDA, .clairvoyant@gmail.com. And there is a number they can call. It's a 071 369 2004.
Aida, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.